My name is Army Captain Chris Fierro. In 2006, I was injured by friendly fire while serving in Iraq. This ultimately led to the amputation of my lower left leg below the knee. This is my beautiful wife, Jessica. We met about 21 years ago. I was actually shopping for a jacket at the mall. I saw her and I didn't know how to approach her at first, so I immediately asked her for help with this jacket.
I said, sure, I'll help you. I really liked his manners. He had really good manners.
We have two daughters. They're both fiery redheads, and they both have such personalities. They're little artists.
We're a pretty mellow family. Pretty harmonious amongst the four of us.
I ultimately decided to join the military. Well, the military's been a part of my family for generations. In high school, I had passed a college recruiting table for West Point, and I immediately became interested. Really, what West Point was about, the duty, honor, country aspect of it. Not only that, but just the values and the ethics to be a cadet and an officer. It wasn't until I actually got to the academy that I knew what that really meant. August 16th is the date of my injury. What we had done was we were running a mission that night. When we actually conducted this convoy logistics patrol, we conducted it successfully, arrived at our location, and when we arrived at the location, we were conducting our tactics and procedures to clear our weapons at the site that we arrived at. Well, one of the people that were clearing their weapons at this particular site had a negligent discharge from their weapon. That resulted in a pretty catastrophic injury to my ankle. What happened then was I didn't actually know I had been hit. It took a couple seconds for me to actually realize I had been hit. We heard the gunshot. We thought the gunshot was actually enemy fire for a second. It was my gunner who actually realized that I had been shot by friendly fire, and he went down and put the tourniquet on me and essentially saved me.
I was just relieved he was okay. Somewhere between, terrified and relieved. So I had moved to Germany just in case something ever happened. The bus taking him off on the gurney, I was right there, and I never left his side from that moment on.
We were incredibly lucky. I remember coming off that bus and that gurney, and I remember her being there, and that sense of relief, you don't forget that feeling. It's taken a toll physically over time. I was pretty mobile when I first was injured, and I first got my first prosthetic, and I thought, I'm young, I can do this. As the years have actually progressed, it's become more realistic that I'm not going to be as mobile as I anticipated. There's limitations in my life, and I'm actually starting to see those. Currently, we live in Austin, Texas. And we live in a 2-story rental house. The house is fairly narrow, so it's not wheelchair accessible by any means. There's no alleyway where 2 people could fit through at a time. The primary bedroom where we stay is upstairs. And to get upstairs, there's a split level staircase that's extremely narrow as well. Shower is pretty scary.
I'm in the medical field, so I try to prep him and let him know, help him find the right equipment to modify the homes we've had just enough that, it's safe enough. He's taken some really bad falls because he, hopping on one leg on a wet surface, it hurts to watch somebody you love hurting and be helpless to help them.
We first heard about Homes for Our Troops through Cameron West. Cameron spoke to us about the organization. He had asked us if we had ever applied for a home or if we'd ever even tried or looked into it. Really gave us a lot of great information about Homes for Our Troops. We fell in love, with the idea and then really the organization as a whole.
My first impression of this organization was just, wow, this is exactly what you need.
The features that would be game-changing would be the shower, would be first and foremost. That bathroom, that would change my life. I haven't been able to use a wheelchair ever in a house. Some of the cabinet pulls and some of the things that I would be able to do in a wheelchair down in the road. Never seen ADA compliant features like that in a home. Kitchen features and bathroom features that are going to meet my needs forever. And they're going to be like mine.
Say Homes for Our Troops is life-changing.
Homes for Our Troops is phenomenal. It's phenomenal in the ways that it expands people's lives. If any veteran out there was interested in Homes for Our Troops, I would encourage them to pursue them. I would tell them that Homes for Our Troops uses its resources wisely, and they're an organization that stands behind what they do. Words can't express the thank you. This gift is life-altering, beyond the scope of anything that I can express in gratitude.